Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Wednesday, February the 15th is race number 9 at Tampa Bay Downs. We're going 6 furlongs and it's an optional claiming race for older horses. Let's take a peek at the field, and I want to remind everybody to head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, download those free Formulator past performances, and handicap along with us in post-position order. The number 1 Polygram is coming off a win. 68 Beyer speed figure. Solid enough performance, but he's facing faster.
Yeah, facing faster and going to take a step up in class. That was in non-winners of 2 lifetime. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know that this one is ready to move forward that much, but the 68 doesn't put him that far out of the realm of possibility as far as hitting the board is concerned.
Matt, I wonder if he's a little bit dirtied up, though. Look at all those turf races.
Yes, agreed.
And I know he won on the turf. I'm just not sure that's his best surface, because his most recent dirt start, obviously the 68 Beyer win. He beat 2 next out winners. The 4th place horse came back to earn a 72 Beyer when finishing second. Then you have to go all the way back to last year at Tampa Bay Downs. He was second, he was third a couple of times. I think he likes dirt and he can be forwardly placed.
Yeah, and that makes him interesting in a race where you don't necessarily trust anyone here. There's only a couple of horses, and we'll touch on all of them, that really seem like they're the true contenders. Outside of those 2 or 3 horses, you can do worse than take a shot with this one.
One of the faster horses in the race is the number 2, Greeley's Farewell. Now, the most recent dirt start, Greeley's Farewell received an 84 Beyer speed figure, winning at Finger Lakes. He was claimed by a shrewd horseman and Anthony Ferraro. Why turf?
Interesting. I don't really know why, and then we've got a long layoff after that, so maybe there was a little bit of a physical issue. Get a little bit of relief here coming down from New York down to Florida. It'll be interesting to see. Look, if he runs that 84 that he earned 2 back, he's got a big chance in here. I also wonder a little bit about the pace scenario. Is he going to need to get what he needs to set him up truly? I know he's not going to be coming from 150 out of it, but I think he is one that wants to do it, is running from sort of mid-pack.
Good segue for our Timeform US pace projector for race number 9 at Tampa Bay Downs. And our friends at Timeform US believes that this race will favor horses on or near the lead, and they have Greeley's Farewell near the back of the pack.
Yeah, if he's that far back, he's going to have to do a lot of running. I don't know if he'll be quite that far back. I'd like to imagine he'll be sort of 2 or 3 lengths off the pace, and even then I wonder if he's up against it.
The number 3, Half Ton of Fun, lightly raced, bit of upside, and not a bad performance last time out. First time for trainer Tim Ham. It was his first start off a long layoff. The problem is he just seems a little slow.
I suppose you can try to make the case that you'll get a forward move off the bench here, but boy, just based on Page, it's hard to make a case for him right now. He's just slow.
The number 4, Thunder Harbor, received an 81 Beyer speed figure in gate-to-wire fashion last time out for 20. He was freshened since that race. He's a real hard hitter. 22 times, first or second, from 54 lifetime starts. And as you saw, the pace projector has him on the lead in a race which might shape up very well for him.
If he can get out there and just cruise, I think he's going to be tough to run down. You look at it, he's got numerous Beyer speed figures that are fast enough to win. He has the highest last out Timeform US rating with a 105. I understand it looks like that was a diminishing margin of victory. That was a measured margin of victory. They weren't getting into this horse at the end at 5.5. The only thing that I would throw out, sort of cause for caution, doesn't seem like he does his best off the bench. Last time he won fresh off the bench, that was back in December of 2015. I also think he absolutely needs the lead.
Right.
And if he doesn't get it for one reason or another, I think he's in a world of trouble.
And he's likely to take a lot of money for these connections. Ronnie Allen Jr., Gerald Bennett, 5-2 on the morning line. The 5 is Hand of Power. We haven't seen Hand of Power in over a year. When last we saw him, he was favored in the Pasco Stakes, and he took on a really sharp horse in Morning Fire, who came back to run 3rd in the Sam F. Davis with a 90 Beyer, then won the spectacular bid at Gulfstream on the cutback with an 89 Beyer. Something must have happened to Hand of Power that day. Plus, that race was just a 1-2-3 merry-go-round. Returns as a gelding for Ian Wilkes, who's on fire at Tampa.
Isn't he the wild card in many ways, where if he shows up, and look, he ran a 76 as a 2-year-old.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe there is something more here. Ian Wilkes, off of these sort of layoffs, doesn't do very well, and I feel like it's just more a matter of he doesn't have him cranked up. Let's get one into him. Off of a year-plus layoff over the past 5 years, 0 for 11, off of 180-day plus layoff in sprints, 2 for 56. He is the wild card. I still want him to prove to me that he can run.
At least it's a positive that they're not dropping him in for the tag off the layoff. They're willing to protect him. His first start back, he's facing a field that I think he can handle from his races at 2 and that one race in the Pasco. I wonder if this distance is just a little bit short for him at this point. This is just a building block.
That's kind of the way I'm approaching it with him. I'm not going to be surprised. Look, if he can run something close to that, what he ran as a 2-year-old, he certainly has a chance in here. It's not like he's facing superstars, but it's just one of those things, particularly with Wilkes, as red hot as he is, it just doesn't seem like he has these sorts usually cranked up. I wonder if this is just a starting off point.
Top trainer Jamie Ness has the 6 Carolina Speed and the 7 Mr. Lightning Boy. Both horses going first off the claim, which has been a potent Ness move over the years. Carolina Speed most recently ran, I thought, into a really solid $10,000 claiming race. The winner came back to run second with a 70 buyer. The runner-up came back to win with a 65 buyer. The third horse came back to run third with a 72 buyer. That field's certainly comparable with what we have here.
Yeah, and I don't think he had the best of trips. He was wide throughout, and if you go back and watch the race, the pace pretty much held up the whole way. I thought he was just way up against it. Now, look, who knows if he's going to be able to step with these. I know this is a bit of a hiking class, if you will, but you look at it, only just based on value anyway. Ness, over the past 5 years with these first off the claim, just does tremendous work, and I think that's why you have to consider the 6 and the 7, even if you didn't like them going in. Just for the Ness factor alone, you have to consider it.
I wonder if Ness is tipping his hand that he likes this one better, though, because he's putting Gonzalez aboard. And just look at those trainer-jockey statistics. 41% over the last year, this trainer-jockey combo with a positive return on investment. Conversely, Mr. Lightning Boy, also off the claim, gets Fernando de la Cruz, and they've only teamed together 8 times, de la Cruz and Jamie Ness. But this horse is a first-time gelding, and in his most recent race for 12.5 for a very low-profile barn, he was 4-5 path most of the way around, and that field has come back to be okay. The runner-up returning to win with a 73 buyer speed figure. I like this horse's tactical speed as well, but I do wonder if the Ness is kind of pointing at the 6 because of the jockey assignment.
It's possible, and like you say, the fact that De La Cruz and Ness don't normally team up, I suppose you can look at that as a negative, but it's not as though we're getting a 5-pound bug that's gone out 3 times. De La Cruz is proven down at Tampa. I just kind of look at it, and all the things we said about the 6, I think they apply to the 7. I think you have to, if you didn't like him going into it, you have to at least consider him because of the Ness factor.
Soleus, the number 8, it took him 11 times to break his maiden, but he did so in really nice fashion last time out. For 25, the runner-up actually came back to hike up into the maiden special ranks and ran second with a 60 buyer speed figure. Often you kind of look at these horses, or at least give them a second look, because maybe the light bulb, boom, is turning on.
Yeah, I think there's an interesting case to be made for this one. If you were playing in some sort of a contest and you needed a bomb, maybe this one would be it. My bigger concern is a little bit slow on paper, maybe slowly putting it together, but then we talked about the pace scenario. If it doesn't develop, I think he's going to be up against it.
Petism is actually coming away from Jamie Ness. This horse was claimed from Ness by Michael Rivas on January the 28th. I thought that was somewhat of a disappointing performance as the favorite, that he tired that day. We know he has races in him. Way back, he actually ran a triple-digit buyer speed figure several years ago, and he's got some nice tactical speed.
Yeah, he's an interesting one. Like you say, it's never easy to take off of Ness. The other interesting thing, too, Michael Rivas, numbers.
He does well off the claim.
He does very well, but at Tampa Bay, over the past 5 years, he's 0 for 23. Very odd. And again, you look at just the way that this meet has gone. He's had 7 horses run second and third. I wonder if it's just a little bit of bad luck.
And maybe snake bit right now. It's an intriguing field for our Wednesday Formulator Race of the Day. Let's take a look at our top selections. We both like Jamie Ness trained horses. We just differ on which one. You're going with the 6, Carolina Speed. You want him a little bit closer to the pace.
Yeah, I don't want to be coming from too far out of it, and I wonder if maybe that's going to be the slight advantage that the horse that you like, Mr. Lightning Boy, is going to have. I think he's going to be a little bit closer to the likely pace setter, who I think, do you agree Thunder Harbor's the horse to beat?
Thunder Harbor's the horse to beat simply because he's sharp and he's going to probably get the
horse
lead.
to catch,
And as we saw from the Timeform US Pace Projector, it appears that this race could favor horses on or near the lead. Carolina Speed, the 6, your top selection, 5-1. Mr. Lightning Boy, the 7, my selection, 9-2. I wonder if they slightly flip-flop simply because of the jockey assignments.
Yeah, it's entirely
the jockeys
possible.
go to Gonzalez, who's been riding in great form. Certainly nothing against Fernando de la Cruz. Give me numbers: 6, 4, 7, and 9 for Matt, 7, 2, and 4 for me. I'll go with Mr. Lightning Boy in our Formulator Race of the Day. And if you happen to be playing the Tampa Bay Wednesday card from home, here is the drill. $300 sign-up bonus. Wow. DRF.com/trifecta is where you need to go for new DRF Bet subscribers. You can access that $300 sign-up bonus. Approximate post time for Rainham 9 at Tampa Bay Downs on Wednesday, 4:20 Eastern. Best of luck.